Emergency Transmission, Zephyr Colony Command. From Research Station Alpha 7, Verdania Prime. Classification, Urgent, Species Threat Assessment. Colony Command, this is Dr. Velthara reporting from the Xenobiology Station. I need to file an immediate revision to our threat assessment of the human research team. What I witnessed today has fundamentally altered my understanding of their species. The incident occurred during what the humans called a barbecue party to celebrate the completion of their atmospheric studies. They invited our research staff to participate in what Ambassador Chun described as a cultural exchange through cuisine. Given our mandate to foster interspecies cooperation, I accepted on behalf of our science team. The humans had set up their cooking apparatus in Sector 7, the restricted zone where we maintain our defensive perimeter against the Scarix. For context, the Scarix is Verdania Prime's apex predator, a 6-meter-long armored carnivore with claws that can shred titanium and venom that liquefies organic matter on contact. Our colony exists only because we maintain constant barrier fields to keep these monsters at bay. When we arrived at the human camp, I initially assumed they had made a terrible mistake with their location. The defensive barriers were down, and I could see Scarix tracks everywhere. I was about to alert them to evacuate when I noticed something that made my bioluminescent patches flicker in confusion. There was a dead Scarix in their camp. Not just dead, butchered. Its armored hide had been expertly removed, the meat carved into portions, and various organs separated into what appear to be ingredient preparations. "Dr. Velthara," called out Chief Researcher Martinez, waving enthusiastically with a blade still covered in Scarix blood. "Perfect timing. We're just getting the steaks ready. Hope you brought your appetite." I approached cautiously, my survival instincts screaming warnings. How did you acquire this specimen? Did it breach your containment?" "Breach?" Martinez laughed, that peculiar human sound that still unsettles me. "Oh no, we hunted this beauty yesterday. Took 3 of us about 4 hours to track it down. Jake here used to hunt something called alligators back on Earth, so he knew how to approach it safely. Hunt it. They had actively pursued our planet's most dangerous predator for recreational purposes. But the venom, I protested. The armor hide. How did you possibly? Venom's only dangerous if it gets in your bloodstream," explained Jake, a human whose casual demeanor belied the fact that he was apparently capable of killing apex predators. "The meat's perfectly safe once you cook it properly. As for the armor, well, we brought the right tools." He gestured to what I had initially taken for scientific instruments. Upon closer inspection, they were hunting weapons, devices specifically designed for killing large, dangerous creatures. The cooking process that followed was perhaps even more disturbing than the hunting revelation. The humans had somehow determined which parts of the Scarix were edible, which required special preparation, and which seasonings would complement the alien biochemistry. They discussed the creature's musculature and fat distribution with the casual expertise of predators who had clearly done this before. "The tail meat's the best part," announced Dr. Kim, turning a massive chunk of Scarix flesh over an open flame. "Reminds me of lobster, but with a spicier finish. The venom sacs add a nice kick if you prepare them right." They were eating the venom sacs, the same venom that we use in our emergency containment protocols because it can dissolve through most known materials. When they offered me a portion, cooked to what they assured me was perfect doneness, I politely declined. The smell was actually quite pleasant, but the psychological trauma of watching these seemingly docile scientists feast on Verdania Prime's ultimate killing machine was overwhelming. "More for us," said Martinez cheerfully, taking another bite of what had been terrorizing our colonists for decades. As I write this report, I can hear them planning tomorrow's activities. They're discussing something called fishing in Lake Mortis, the toxic lake we've designated as uninhabitable due to the acid-breathing leviathans that live in its depths. They're treating our death world like a gourmet buffet. Recommendation: immediate reclassification of human species from research partners to apex predators. Also, send more seasoning. Apparently, human cuisine improves everything. In transmission.